Welcome back, dear listeners, to another thrilling episode of Oliver the Time Traveler. Our journey continues with Oliver and Isabella, who have found themselves at a crucial juncture in the history of Leiden. As they share their remarkable experiences with the Watch, they are acutely aware that the night ahead holds a great moment in the chronicles of this city's history. So, without further ado, let us delve into their tales, for time waits for no one. Isabella's eyes widen in astonishment as she gazes upon the 8 celestial maps that float majestically through the room. She can't help but feel wonderstruck by the ethereal display before her. With a curious tone, she looks at the book, and the box, and the maps, and turns to Oliver and asks, "Oliver, how on earth did you come into possession of these extraordinary maps?" Oliver chuckles softly and says, "Isabella, that's a rather long tale for another time. Right now, there are more pressing matters at hand, especially with the approaching night and the rise of the water level that will confront the Spaniards." Oliver leans forward, his gaze focused and earnest. "Isabella," he begins, "my primary purpose here is to rescue the lost watchers and bring them back to their rightful places in time. Where we go next, after Leiden, is more in your hands. I don't necessarily want to return home just yet. I'm committed to completing our mission, and I love the adventure. When things become this night too perilous, we can use the watch to escape to a safer location which we can choose now. So, what would you like, Isabella?" Isabella nods thoughtfully, considering the possibilities that lie ahead. Isabella meets Oliver's gaze with a resolute expression. "Oliver," she begins, her voice filled with conviction, "I've dedicated my life to the world of archaeology and the pursuit of knowledge. But now, this adventure, it's become a part of that journey. I can't simply turn my back on the opportunity to be a part of something so extraordinary, something that transcends time itself." She takes a breath, her eyes reflecting her determination. "After Leiden, I believe I want to continue this journey with you, Oliver. Together, we can unravel the mysteries of time and space, and perhaps, in doing so, make our own mark in history. I'm ready for the path that lies ahead, and I'm ready to help you find and return every lost watcher. What do you think, Oliver?" Oliver's eyes begin to gleam with excitement and a warm smile graces his lips. "Isabella," he says, his voice filled with enthusiasm, "your companionship on this journey is invaluable. They say 2 heads are better than 1, and I couldn't agree more. Together, we'll navigate the depths of time and history." As he takes another sip of his tea, Oliver ponders their upcoming night. "Tonight, on the city walls, we should definitely bring provisions, something to eat and drink. And with the watch, we have the flexibility to leave at any moment, so we should also decide where we want to go next. Perhaps there's another watcher out there waiting for our help. What is it you need to do here, and where would you like to go?" Isabella's eyes shine with excitement as she responds to Oliver, her voice filled with enthusiasm. "Oliver, I'm absolutely thrilled to join you on this journey. I'll need to quickly inform our neighbor to tend to the pigeons and take care of any mail while we're away. As for provisions, you're right. We should keep it simple, just some food and warm clothing. The city walls are a place of shadows and silence at night. Any light could draw unwanted attention from the Spaniards in their campfires. And yes, it would be wonderful if we could somehow discern the location of the next watcher. I am very curious who and where, and in what time that person will be." Oliver's fingers deftly dance over the watch's menu buttons. The celestial maps, like ethereal fragments of the night sky, shift and rearrange themselves. Suddenly, a map comes to the forefront, capturing Oliver's attention. He zooms in on the map with a sense of awe, and Isabella's eyes widen in fascination as they both gaze upon the details displayed before them. Oliver says, "Olympia, Greece, in the year 776 before Christ, that is amazing." He turns to Isabella, and a shared sense of excitement that washes over him. Isabella's eyes sparkle with anticipation as she speaks. "Olympia in 776 before Christ. What an exhilarating journey this will be." With a swift movement, Oliver programs the location and year into the watch, ensuring they could travel there when needed. He carefully takes the key out of the box, puts this in his pocket, and the celestial maps gently fade away. Closing the book, they both gaze at each other in wonderment, knowing that their journey is about to take them away from Leiden to the heart of ancient Olympia, where new adventures and mysteries await. Oliver efficiently stows away the wooden box and the book in his bag, making sure they're secure. He also adds some provisions, understanding the uncertainty of their upcoming travels. As late afternoon sets in, Isabella suggests, "Come, let's head outside to tend to the pigeons and check if any messages have arrived." Oliver and Isabella make their way through the living room toward the pigeons. Isabella quickly grabs her coat before they reach the birds. As they feed and speak to the pigeons, a pigeon arrives with a message. Isabella greets the incoming pigeon with enthusiasm, feeding it some corn before gently extracting the note attached to its paw. She turns to Oliver, her eyes filled with determination. "We've got 2 things to do," she says with excitement. "First, we'll go to the neighbor and let him know about taking care of the pigeons and the messages. Then, we'll make our way quickly to the mayor. We might have some important tasks ahead, ones the mayor could assign to us." Isabella carefully opens the pigeon's birdhouse, and the pigeon, seemingly content, hops inside. She gently closes the pigeon house and nods to Oliver. Together, they make their way down a short stone path leading to the neighbor's front door. The setting sun casts a warm, amber glow over the garden as Isabella and Oliver approach the wooden door of their neighbor's house. Isabella raises her hand and knocks gently on the door. A few moments later, the door creaks open, revealing their kindly neighbor. He greets them warmly, his eyes twinkling with genuine affection. "Ah, Isabella and your new helper, what a pleasant surprise. Do come in." Isabella steps inside, and Oliver follows suit. Isabella, with a sense of urgency in her voice, finally speaks up. "Mr. de Vries, we won't be able to stay long. We have an important task at the mayor's office. There's been a new message that's arrived, and the mayor requires our assistance." The neighbor nods understandingly, his wrinkled face expressing concern. "Of course, my dear. I understand the mayor relies on you quite a bit. You can count on me to take care of things here." A sense of relief washes over Isabella and Oliver. They know they can trust the neighbor with their responsibilities. They exchange warm smiles, expressing their gratitude. Isabella and Oliver make their way to the door. As they step out into the twilight, they turn to the neighbor, who stands in the doorway. Waving goodbye, they call out in unison, "Thank you, Mr. de Vries. We'll be back soon." With a nod and a smile, Mr. de Vries closes the door behind them, leaving Isabella and Oliver to quickly make their way through the village streets, heading towards the mayor's house. The new message and the important task ahead weigh on their minds. Oliver follows Isabella through the winding streets of the village, their hurried footsteps echoing against the cobblestones. The dimming twilight adds a sense of urgency to their journey. As they approach the mayor's house, they greet the guard standing sentry in front. The guard, recognizing them, nods and quickly steps aside, allowing them to pass without delay. With a quick, determined knock on the door, they find themselves standing once again in front of the mayor's residence. To their surprise, the door swings open, and the mayor himself welcomes them inside. Without wasting a moment, Isabella thrusts the sealed note into the mayor's eager hands. His fingers fumble with the seal in his excitement as he unfolds the message and begins to read. With each passing word, the mayor's eyes widen with excitement. He can hardly contain himself as he exclaims, "The floodings have already begun, and William of Orange is leading his rebellion troops to chase the Spaniards away. The dikes were breached a few days ago, and it's possible we'll soon see the water rushing towards Leiden." The mayor, still elated by the news, says, "This news has come sooner than I expected, and I couldn't be happier. We just have to wait now." He glances at Isabella and Oliver and adds, "There's no need to send a reply." Isabella nods in agreement, saying, "All right then." She turns to the mayor and continues. "We'll take our leave now, Mr. Mayor. If things get out of hand tonight, our neighbor, Mr. De Vries, will be handling the messages and pigeons as usual in my absence." The mayor acknowledges this with a nod, assuring them, "Understood. You both must find a safe spot for tonight." With that, they exchange well wishes and part ways. Oliver and Isabella leave the mayor's residence, making their way through the city streets. Their hearts are filled with a mix of hope and excitement as they head towards the city walls of Leiden, searching for a safe and secure spot to spend the night. Oliver and Isabella stand near the stairs that lead up to the city wall, their faces illuminated by the flickering torches lining the stone steps. The air is filled with excitement and uproar among the villagers in the streets around them. Like everybody knows what is going on. A vigilant guard stationed nearby greets them with a friendly smile. "Hello, Isabella. Are you going up the wall so late? Do you expect some pigeons with mail to arrive?" Isabella responds with a determined look in her eyes. "Indeed, I will be on the lookout for mail and the safety of the birds, especially tonight." The guard nods and offers some advice as they continue their ascent. "When you get up the wall, stay close to the wall itself and keep low. The Spaniards are in a state of panic because the water level is rising." Isabella explains further. "That's because William of Orange, along with his rebels, breached the dike surrounding Leiden a few days ago. The waters are now reaching our beloved city." With the guard's words of caution in mind, they exchange a final nod with the guard before quickly making their way up. Isabella and Oliver reach finally the top of the wall, and climb the ladder to the elevated vantage point. From there, they scan the darkening horizon, their hearts filled with curiosity. Oliver and Isabella find a spot behind a sturdy stone section of the wall, providing them with a partial shield from the elements. From their vantage point, they witness the flickering fires in the enemy camps, where Spaniards are scurrying about in a state of panic, trying to escape the encroaching darkness of the water. Isabella's excitement is palpable as she grabs Oliver's arm and exclaims, "Look, it's working! The water is chasing the Spaniards away." Both of them watch in astonishment as the water steadily advances, engulfing the enemy camps. Campfires are extinguished one by one, and the rushing waters prove relentless, causing some Spaniards to drown while others scramble desperately for higher ground. Oliver, his voice filled with a mixture of awe and concern, asks Isabella, "Isn't it strange to see your own people drown?" Isabella, her eyes still fixed on the unfolding scene, replies with a heavy heart, "It is, Oliver. But it's the history that can't and may not be changed." As Isabella continues to watch the water's relentless advance, a shiver runs down her spine. The damp night air and the tense atmosphere have chilled her to the bone. Without a word, Oliver takes off his coat and gently drapes it around them both, creating a cocoon of warmth. They huddle together, the coat providing some respite from the biting cold, and their eyes remain fixed on the dramatic scene unfolding before them. One after another, campfires in the Spaniards' encampment are extinguished by the inexorable waters, leaving only the eerie glow of fires on higher ground. For hours, they sit there, silent witnesses to the turning tide of history. As the city of Leiden's liberation draws nearer, Oliver reaches into his bag and pulls out a simple sandwich. With a shared nod, they split the sandwich, nourishing themselves as they continue to bear witness to the unfolding drama on the other side of the wall. Their hearts swell with hope as they see the Spaniards retreat and the city's freedom approaching like a beacon in the night. In this moment of shared sacrifice and determination, Isabella and Oliver find solace and strength, united in their resolve to see Leiden free once more. Dear listeners, we thank you for joining us on this journey through time. As we leave Isabella and Oliver, they remain steadfast, together under Galileo's cloak, watching the dramatic liberation of Leiden unfold before them. If you've enjoyed this episode, please like and subscribe for more thrilling tales from the past and the future. Take care and stay tuned for the next chapter of their remarkable adventure. Until the next one.